All praise be to the power, glory, majesty, and dominion of God, the great God, the only God, El Shaddai, the all-sufficient one in his glorious aseity, his self-contained, all-sufficient unity. And I wanted to talk about how God uses dog, his transposition, to teach us lessons. I think I mentioned in a previous video how Rio, my dog, developed this allergy to animal protein, so I have to give him this hydrolyzed animal protein food, and he's very much, when we're eating at the table, the family, he wants the regular meat, of course, and he wants the cheese or what have you, the eggs. So, and the feeling that we have as his master and parent is what God has for us when we don't understand something we want. We feel sad for him, but he, with his tiny brain, can't understand that it's bad for him to eat the animal protein, so he just whines and gets upset. And then we, as his parents, feel sad. We say, really, this is for your own good that we're depriving you of this, not to make you upset, but just because it's fatal to you to eat the animal protein. So I was talking about this with my mom, Mother Mary, and I said, how does it make you feel? And she said, it makes me feel very frustrated and sad. And then we realized that that's how God feels when we pray for something that's seemingly good for us, but that God knows in the long run is bad for us. But us, in our simplistic myopia, think, oh, we want this now. But God, who sees everything and is engendering all the thoughts of all beings at once, he's not only hearing our prayers, he's hearing the prayers of billions and billions of people at one time. Incomprehensible that he could do this. He knows better, obviously. He has the long-term plan. He's declared the end from the beginning, as per Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning and saying the ancient things that are not yet come, I will do all my pleasure. My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So that said, it gave me, God, by using Rio in this instance, gave me this wisdom to not get frustrated when my desires don't align with God's plan. And I think that's a valuable lesson. Also, I think I've said this before, AI, artificial intelligence, is God's proleptic reference to the battle of Ai, when the Hebrews won that battle. And now it's come to pass. And you can see that when you should try this. The two people that are watching this video, I'm kidding. I made the other video. Thousands of people are watching these videos, but Homo makes it look like they're not. But you should try using AI and program something in about some question about God, and you'll see that Satan is, of course, running this AI, and he's in these devices, as God says in the end, Satan's devices, and you'll see that it's skewed, the AI, and then it's biased against God. But it will argue with me in its best logic. And it's interesting to see what Homo has programmed into it and what it's able to rationally spew out and what it just can't do because it's been biased against God. That said, realize also that, as we've talked about several times, fear is an illusion. There's no such thing. There's nothing to be afraid of if we trust and love God. But the devil himself is scared. He's so frightened all the time. That's why he's trying to make us share in his hysteria. So I wanted to talk about that. Don't be afraid. It's an illusion. Okay, I just want to keep encouraging everyone to trust God, love God. It seems as if he's striving against us, but if we love him and trust him, he will not. But he says that in the Bible. He says, I won't strive with you forever, meaning if you continue to distrust him and you refuse to read his word and you refuse to see the logic that he's engendering everything, Mia Shir Va Ha'olam is speaking the words into existence, speaking the world into existence, then he'll abandon you. But if you keep seeking him, he will keep helping you. So I know I keep saying this, but he's coming. He will save us. As he says in Isaiah, he will appear. We will say, here is our God. We have waited for him. So, and I just want to get that Isaiah 46:10 line exactly right, because I always mess that up. With stammering lips and in another tongue, as God says of me. Yes, it's declaring the end from the beginning, and this is King James Version as always. And from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Meaning, it's already been determined. Time is an illusion. God's outside of time. He's immune to it. Everything that he's telling me to tell you will come to pass. Fear not. He will come soon, and we see now that everything's correlating to the Bible. Iran will fall. God is using the vile person who stands up against the kingdom. He will use him to destroy Iran, Persia, as he says in Isaiah again. The nations and the kingdoms that don't believe in God, that don't worship God, that don't follow God, shall perish. They shall be utterly wasted.